actually waiting for it, and he remembers it too, when he said it.
Well, he was gonna rent a saw cutter.
Yeah, we'll have to rent the skid steer with a jackhammer.
Yeah.
I only talked about using a hand jackhammer, and I said, no.
No, I did that in my basement. No, that's not an easy
No.
job.
I-
So, let's just see what the best, Yeah, it's
That's
not-
all in that little space.
okay.
Just the flagpole beam.
Anyway, we're gonna have the concrete removed. We'll go forward for
Yeah.
tonight. All right. Change of agent for the store at 9630 Highway 13 South.
So basically, they have somebody different that's in charge for the gas station.
For
Kind of like
Cheryl's,
the
yeah.
manager. Mhm.
Just a different manager.
Yep.
Okay. So we're just approving a manager?
Yep.
Okay.
Which changes on about every 3 months.
Yeah,
It could be kind of quick.
yeah.
I'll make a motion to approve the change of agents for the store number 90 at 9630 Highway 13 South.
Okay, I have a motion by Josh. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
I have a motion by Josh and a second by Carl to approve the change of agent for the store number 90 at 9630 Highway 13 South. Known as The Store. Cheryl Tire Center is the owner, Cheryl Corporation. Yeah, Cheryl Sales Corporation, still the owner. All right, next on the, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Motion passes. Thanks for keeping me on the straight and narrow, guys. Operator license request. I would kind of like Brian to take a look at this, and then can we just table this for a minute while Brian reviews it?
Sure.
And somebody pass this to Brian, we'll come back to it. I'd like Brian to take a look at it. Let's go on to number 13, discuss listing equipment trailer on the auction site. So, we're all aware that we have a trailer out in the yard that we,
Between you two, what she just brought up, that's what you two are gonna talk about. That trailer, you and him. And then he said, not you, this guy here.
Tom?
Yeah.
What am I missing?
I don't know what I'm missing either.
No. Why he's sticking around?
Oh, yeah, that's why, yeah. All right, so, the Public Works has a trailer that sits out back, it's a, how big, 6-ton?
16 ton.
16 ton, sorry. It's a 16-ton trailer, and we haven't used it in about, what, 3 years?
Oh,
No more than that, okay. And so it's in very, very good shape. And there has been a discussion of selling it on an auction site. And at the last meeting, we also, I'm gonna lump number 14 into this too. We discussed the option of buying, let me get the verbiage here from our last meeting. We discussed the option of buying a brush bucket or grapplers. And so I guess in my mind, I thought if we sold the equipment trailer, we'd have the money to buy the brush bucket and the equipment needed to go with it, because we've already spent money for our truck. So that was our big equipment purchase this year. So that's what I have to say about it, but now let's talk about it a little bit. Tom?
I called Research Snell, I called Swiderski Implement, I called Service Motors. Service Motors come back at, just under 12,000. They're at the 11,860, that's including them attaching the loader to our tractor, and them supplying no bucket, no forks, no grapple, because we can buy that elsewhere. Swiderski come back at 11,700, so they're within $100 doing the same thing. Research Snell, he got back to me, but did sound like he thought it would be feasible to put it on that tractor. So of the two, they're comparable for cost. But I don't know if that's gonna happen this year or not. Laura, you don't sound too positive of
Well,
money.
I just think, and this is me personally, Tom, if we sell the trailer, you guys can use the money to get the equipment for the
It's gonna be
tractor.
a good chunk of it,
Yeah, almost all of it, I would think, because I
Well-
think that trailer would get us good bucks.
Now, the fellow from Swiderski called me tonight, and I was talking with him, and we talked about everything except for baseball and football. And the conversation came up that, I said, well, we have a trade trailer, because Doug mentioned maybe they'd take it on trade. So I used his wisdom, and he said, yeah, he said, I'd be interested. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna, drag it out, so we can get some decent pictures, send him pictures of it, and see what he'd think about, for a down on that loader system, so.
Okay.
So it sounds like we can't get a actual, third valve to control it, it's only gonna be controlled off the rear hydraulics.
Okay,
So as long as he can make it work so we can use it, but we got still, inquiring more about it.
Okay.
So, in the next couple of days, I'll get him some pictures and, see if we go forward from there. So hopefully, me and Doug talked about a $10,000, cause it's a pushing $20,000 trailer nowadays. So, and it is in real good shape, paint's a little faded, but the deck's original, it's in real good shape. So, but we have no use for that big of a trailer. I can pull it with a dump truck, cast and can. We don't have that big dozer anymore, so it's not needed that big of a trailer anymore. So, we drop down to, say, a 14,000-pound skid steer trailer, just for the occasional use, it's nice to have a trailer. But,
Then you can pull the Class B.
yeah, we pull it with the 1 ton, so.
Okay, so, do we have a case tractor? What kind of tractor do we have?
That's a agricultural trailer, it's a 3230 case.
It is a case, okay.
Yeah.
So why did Reesner Schnell not think that that was a good idea?
I don't
It's not
know.
a heavy-duty enough tractor for?
No, he just thought the way Westendorf was telling him that, the mountability wasn't there, cause it had, he thought cause the cab would be a problem, but the other two fellers,
They
they had
didn't.
no problem with the cab, so. He said Westendorf was known, they're the manufacturer of the loader and they deal directly with the dealer, and they said, they didn't think they'd have the bracketry.
They're the case dealer.
This is Westendorf themselves telling Reister and Schnell, this is the John Deere dealer, but that don't matter what color it is, it's green or red. So,
Yeah, I don't care what color, we
But,
can paint it.
so, if between Service and Swiderski can come up with a solution for that, but it sounds like Swiderski wants that trailer involved, so we'll lean towards him.
Okay, yeah, personally, I think we should pursue that and then come
Cause yeah,
back.
we can buy, my bucket, my skid steer is 7 feet wide, and I paid $700 for it, and that was $1,200 bucket at the time. So, don't be in a hurry to get the attached, we'll seek them out.
Okay. I'm okay with that. I think we should just go ahead and
Let's see what.
Pursue it.
so we're-
Keep pursuing.
Douglas.
The other option on that, if that doesn't work, you can put that trailer on Wisconsin surplus and put
Right.
a minimum of 10,000. That way, if they come up with 9,500, you have to make a decision. Do you sell it, or you can say, no, we want 10.
Okay,
But I would do that after he does his.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah, if you don't pull through, that'd be the plan B.
I trust you to do the dick run for us.
Sure.
Sounds like a plan. How about you guys? How do you feel?
Come back with a offer and
Yeah,
we'll review it again.
right, right. Yeah, we wait this long, there's no sense of being in a hurry. for it,
Right,
so.
I agree. I don't see us needing the grappler until we start trimming trees, if that's even
Well,
in the forecast for us.
So what you've really done with that tractor, you've made it more useful for these guys.
Yeah.
You've got a backplate on it, it's a multi-purpose machine now.
Yeah,
Yeah, all it can do is sweep rocks,
yeah,
so.
yeah, yeah, I agree. All right,
Just the benefit of having another machine with a bucket and a set of smaller forks, we got some that's palletized.
yes,
You can move it around.
compact, yeah,
And
I
looking
agree.
for a quick in there?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it had a quick
For what?
plate on it.
For the case,
How big is it?
30, what did you say it was?
3230 is the case tractor size.
And how big are the bucket, is the bucket on 3230?
Looking for a 7-foot wide bucket probably.
I might be able to help you. I know I
Yeah.
can help you with new tires. What size are the tires you need for that steer truck, or steer tires?
22 fives.
might have two of them. Is that what you need?
Yeah.
Two of them? I might have one on the rim too. One's off the rim, brand new. They're both brand new, just one
So-
was,
Why don't you check to see what you got and call Tom?
I know I got the tires, but
Oh.
I'm pretty sure I can get you guys that quick connect too.
He'll be here tomorrow. He's usually here Monday through Thursday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright,
Just,
Cool.
you can call the main office and ask for Tom and we'll get you to him.
alright.
Okay, any other questions about that? Okay, Brian, have you had a chance to review it, or are you still looking what should go on?
Still going on.
All right,
There's a
we'll,
lot there.
okay. Discuss a petition for 50/50 road aid on Wilderness Lane. So, as you know, we have been discussing Wilderness Lane for quite some time, and we're waiting to see how much money we had left that we could actually do something with it, because it's one of our lower rated roads. And in talking to the county, we found that we had $18,000 in road aid available to us. So what the road aid is it's a 50/50 road aid, and every year if we fill out a paper, we get $5,000 in road aid. And we did that this year, and then the last 2 years we didn't do it because we didn't know we had to do it. And then previous, we had some in the bank, so that's how we got the 18,000. And going forward, we know that we have this now, so every year we'll do this. But we have $18,000 that we can use towards it. Unfortunately, in looking at it, we thought it would come in maybe 40 to 60,000, and it came in at 76,000. But and that's holding off not doing the actual cul-de-sac in there because the cul-de-sac is okay. But I think we can find the money in the budget to do it. And I'm just saying I think because, of course, I can't predict what's gonna happen the rest of the year. But it looks promising, and if not, when the billing comes, it probably will come late in the year so that we can pay it out of next year's monies. So I guess I'm waiting to hear what you guys have to say. You've all got the copy of the proposal from Roland Hawk from the county. Doug?
Make sure they know you can take that 18,000 off the top of that 76.
Oh, yeah,
So it's 58.
yeah.
That's a big difference.
So it'd be 58,000, if my math is correct.
It's my math too.
Good. 7:15, we're agreeing, we're still good. All right, do we have any questions on wilderness or our budget or how we wanna work it?
Did we have to send this out?
No, because the
Get it
county,
out? No. And what that'll consist of is pulverizing, which if you approve it, that'll happen tomorrow morning at 6 AM. Gravel, we usually mix the gravel together on these, but seeing that we're behind a little bit, we're gonna pulverize, put the gravel on top, which consists of 3 inches of gravel, and over the top of that, 2 inches of asphalt.
And what's the reasoning that we didn't have to bid this out?
You don't have to bid it.
Because of the road?
Municipalities, you don't have to bid. You can, municipalities can work for any other municipality.
Okay.
so the
No, you
county
don't-
is working.
Trust me, you don't have to bid this.
Right, no, I just wanna make sure that,
No.
like we did, if we would've picked the county to do Camilla Court, they would've just did it.
And you have to use your 50/50 road aid anyway sometime.
Right. And item 21, amending the budget, is that gonna be part of that?
No,
No?
no, no. The money that I would propose for wilderness, I think will come out of the, what's the heading? It's like it's part of Public Works. We have a lot of money in Public Works that we haven't utilized a lot because,
Snow removal?
pardon?
Was it snow removal?
Yeah, a lot of it was
I
from
would
snow
imagine. You
removal,
didn't have a
and
lot.
there are other
Yeah.
factors in there, but there is a lot of money in there, but I cannot predict. That's where the iffy part comes in, I can't predict what's gonna happen, but still, the billing for this will probably come later in the year, that it may tide over until next year. So it could be paid out of next year's.
Is Wilderness Lane the one that we received the email on
Yes.
Yes, several,
with the
yes,
petition
And
signatures?
yeah.
Lorelei did a good job explaining that to them.
I don't wanna feel that that should be part of your decision, though. That's
Right.
why I didn't bring it up. Is the road bad enough? Do we have the money? Is this something we
That,
wanna?
that
road-
road has been on your.
List
your-
forever.
We've talked
your
about it
improvement
before.
plan.
Yeah.
So it's not something you picked out of the sky. so-
No, that road's been on our list
Yeah.
since I can
It
remember.
it has been.
This one and Kester, I mean, yeah, we got a couple that are kinda sore thumbs. But I just thought we had the
I'm just a
18,000.
little sore because of the email,
I know,
Yeah, well,
I
that's
totally
people.
agree. For the one you got, I got 6, so,
so I'm just saying, it's just,
yeah.
I totally
Right.
understand and I totally know that we've talked about this road.
I totally agree, that's part of,
So-
if they have a question on that, they should come to the annual meeting.
Exactly, so I don't have a problem with doing it, but, and I'll leave it at that, I'll just leave it at that,
I was gonna add to that, but I'm just,
yeah.
I'm gonna leave it to. I think we should do it.
It was part of your plan, it wasn't,
Yes, it
the
was.
email,
It was-
that's probably a hard hump to get over,
Mhm.
but it was always on your improvement plan. It's not
And it
something-
was. and
It was,
I
it
know
was
that.
part of our plan
Yeah.
5 years ago. And we just kept
Yeah.
going to ones that needed more, I guess.
We just gotta put ourselves above that, I think.
Yep.
I'll entertain a motion either way. Carl, you've been pretty silent, any,
I'll make a motion to approve that as long as we have the funds. It's-
okay, and as I said, no
you said there's-
guarantees,
right,
but,
But, it's,
yeah, it
it's
looks
just,
like it.
it's another road that needs to be done,
It is.
another checked off
Yeah.
box. So I'll make a motion to approve the pulverizing and paving of Wilderness Lane
With the use of 50/50 road.
with the, okay,
That's a good thing to put in there.
yeah, with the use of the 50/50 road aid.
I'll second that.
Okay, I have a motion by Carl and a second by Josh to approve the Wilderness Lane Road project. Effective tomorrow.
Well, yeah, I've gotta go make some calls.
Oh, all right, well, thank you. All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
And those against? Motion passes. Short-term rental application for Perco.
Okay,
This is,
thank you.
thank you. Thanks for your hard work, Doug. Couldn't do it without you.
Oh, I think you could.
Oh, no, I don't think so. Short-term rental application for Perco. This is something that is already done, but we just got the final for the application. There are several documents that have to be presented to get this, and we had a time getting some of the documents, and now we have them. So, this is that building that he was going to use for people who were changing from one unit to another, and they needed a place to stay. Well, then he started advertising on his sign for short-term rental, and we noticed the sign. And once he's advertising for a short-term rental, well, then he has to start becoming a short-term rental and following the rules, so that's where we are.
What building is this?
It's the
Is that the
community
rec hall?
center is what it
Community
used to be
center?
called.
Okay.
So do they have no more storm shelter?
They didn't when the old board approved them to remodel. Yes, that is a fact. So, I need a motion.
Wasn't the storm shelter that was there still there?
The way I understand it, and I'm not sure that I am understanding this correctly because I don't have the
There was a
history
lot
in
of
front of me.
confusion. that went on there.
So the first floor was the community center where they came in and they had get-togethers and stuff. and then the basement was just utilized for storage, but then during storms, each one had a key that they could enter the basement area in case of a storm. It was then petitioned to the town to remodel and use that for transients, to come in from their units, you know, as a place to stay interim until the next unit was ready, or however he worded it. And that's how he presented it to the previous board, and they approved it. But the idea behind that is that those people are living there, and the people in the Perco had a key to walk in there during the storm. So these people are sleeping, and now people are walking into their house while they're sleeping. And nobody liked it, but that's how it was. And now it is a short-term rental. That's how I see it. Does that sound like everything everybody else knows about it?
Is he required to supply a storm shelter?
No. Well, originally when he built, yes, and that's what I tried to impress on town, because I did do the research. And by the old county rules, he did say he would provide a storm shelter. That was part of his site plan approval. And then it changed, and actually nobody cared that it changed, except the people that lived there, of course. But nobody held the owner to the board
Standards.
to the standards of what he had promised, yes. So
I
that's
guess
how.
as long as it's not a legality, that he has to have a storm shelter.
No, it is not.
It's just a preference.
It's just that he said he would, and then he did, and then he changed it. And he's been allowed to change it through the county, so I don't know how we would hold him off. And he is paying now for the short-term rental application, where before they were just coming and going, and we didn't know.
When was this annual fee for short-term rental updated last?
Well, it's only been in play for what, less than 5 years or 5 years-ish?
Something like that. Is there a date on the bottom for an application? You could go on the site and find out what the
What is-
ordinance number is, and that'll tell you what date it went into effect. It wasn't that long ago though, Josh.
Yeah.
It was to control, what was going on as far as renting out houses,
Right.
stuff, over VRBO. All right, I'll entertain a motion for approval or denial for Perco.
I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Okay,
You're making the motion?
No.
so I have a motion and a second to approve the short-term rental application for Perco. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? Okay, motion passes. Business permit for the branding iron.
Yep, that was late in your packet.
That was the one that was just put in there, correct?
Yep,
All right.
so they will be taking over, I wanna say it's September 5th, but this was the first meeting that we had, so next month we'll see the, cause they'll have a provisional liquor license, and the next meeting we'll see the actual liquor license come through for the approval.
It's a change of ownership?
Yes.
So-
Yep.
Okay.
Okay,
I'll make a motion to approve the business permit for the Brandon Iron Court, 9721 State Highway 73 South.
okay, I have a motion by Josh, do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a second by Carl to approve the business permit for branding iron at 9721 Highway 73 South, under new ownership. Thank you. So,
Want to vote?
oh, all those in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Those against? Thank you. Motion passes. Cell tower contract for the proposed updates. Okay, you're gonna see the original copy of the original agreement. You're going to see a copy with red. That is Nick's, changes. And the changes to me look like there are changes just in verbiage from Lisi, and he's calling out us as the leasing. I mean, it wasn't changes that changed the agreement as much as clarified the agreement.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I seen. If there's anybody else who's seen something different, please let me know. And I will tell you that today I received a email from, what's his
I think
name?
it was Matthew, wasn't it?
Adam, from Adam Givender, and he said that he inadvertently put VBS1 Assets as the owner, and it's not actually that, they're not the owner. It was a typo. The owner is, and I put it in my own packet, because I didn't want to confuse you guys, because I figured you'd be confused enough. This is the old one? Yeah, that's the old one, sorry. Here it is. So, M-Site Tower Holdings LLC by VBS1 Assets LLC.
Which is Vertical Bridge.
Yeah. So it's just clarifying who the owner is, but that's what he sent me today. And I will send that on to Nick, so that if there's anything else that they put in there that needs to be looked at, he will. But when I went through it, that's what I seen.
So we're the leaseor?
We are the leaseor, yes. No, we're the leasee, aren't we? The leaseor would be,
Because they're leasing the land from us, right?
yes, oh yes, you are correct.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you are correct. Yes, Brian?
Lease. They are the lease.
I know that's worded vertical real estate. So is, every time a piece of equipment goes on that, do we get another raise in our rent?
No,
No?
I don't believe so.
You know,
Should be.
it goes up a percentage.
It goes up 5% every year.
Right,
Yeah,
Cause my, sister brother-in-law got a tower off of 48th and 54th. And every time another provider puts a piece of equipment on that vertical monopole tower, they get another
yes.
monthly, or,
I had, that's what they did in Clover too, but there are different ways of doing it.
sure,
And this way, the 5% guarantees us an income
Okay.
increase every year versus waiting to see if someone else is gonna go on there.
Mhm.
So I
Okay.
do know that there are other ways of doing it,
sure,
and I think this is what the town of Saratoga has opted for. I know exactly what you mean though.
Yeah, 'cause they started at like $900 some dollars and change, and they're up to $1,400 a month now, so.
Wow, not us,
What do we get?
just over 1,000 from Vertical.
So maybe we should be, but I don't know how many people are on there either.
And it's
Right,
880
right.
from US Cellular, 880.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how many are on there.
Yeah, it's a house payment.
True. True. But, if it's okay with you guys, I'll send this new, revised one that
The new name?
I got from, yeah, the new name over to Nick along with his changes. And I think his changes make sense, cause he's just defining what was in there. And then I'll have him draft the new document for our signature, and then I'll sign it if it's okay with you guys.
So we can make it, we can
Yeah.
approve this?
Yeah. Just, if someone would like to
So,
make a
I'll make a
motion.
motion to approve the, updated and revised, cell tower contract.
The second amendment to the real property lease agreement?
Yeah.
Okay. I have a motion by Josh. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
I have a motion by Josh and a second by Brian to accept the second amendment to real property lease agreement with Nick's approval upon receipt of the name change from the insight. Okay. All those in favor?
I
You were waiting.
was making the same. Okay, folks.
Building code update to define quiet time. So, I'll let Josh take this one.
Sure. This is, actually is 2 sentences added to our current building code, to define quiet time, or not define, but establish quiet time hours for building construction. Quiet time hours, outdoor construction restricted during the nighttime hours of 10 PM to 7 AM. So if, they're building a house or shingling a roof or something along that lines, they, according to this addition to the building code, can't start until 7 AM and have to be done by 10 PM. This is a complaint-driven, code, I guess, right?
Yep.
Complaint-driven, it's not an ordinance, right?
Yeah, it's part of the building code ordinance.
So it's complaint-driven, as long as there's no complaints, people just do what they do. But if there ever was multiple complaints about a certain building going up or something like that, we could go to that building, that contractor and say, we actually have quiet times established, could you please abide by it? So right now, we have nothing in writing, they can do whatever they want, whenever they want.
So that's only building that can, not like road work?
Right,
Correct.
that's
And
only
I
construction, that's why
wanted-
it's in the building
And I
code.
was gonna mention that, because Doug said that if we
6
approved
a.m.
wilderness, they'd start pulverizing at 6 AM. And I'm like, well, they're not building anything, so.
Yeah.
And we discussed that at the planning commission, that did not include, cause Chase was worried about that, because or pavers come in and they start paving at 5 sometimes, you know? So, this is just in the building code, not road construction code or anything like that. This is, for house building or remodeling, right?
Yeah. I can see the biggest time that this is gonna come into play is when, heaven forbid, we get hit by hail or a tornado and they start re-roofing. And then they're in a subdivision and you got 10,000 roofers that wanna get all started at 5 o'clock in the morning because it's nice and cool. And people are trying to sleep.
That last hail that went through, there's multiple houses on Evergreen that are getting
Yeah,
re-shingled right now.
yeah. And
And
as
they're
long as
starting-
nobody
they're starting
complains.
at 6:45.
Sure.
6:30.
Can they work quietly?
No.
Yes, yes, they can. We talked about that. A lot of
Well-
Is there-
Oh,
contractors,
I
they're
thought,
setting up their,
I thought you
they're
were
setting
being
up their stuff,
sarcastic.
they're carrying shingles up, but,
They're starting to rip off.
Yeah.
yeah, if they wanna rip up, yeah.
yeah,
Just not the ta-ta-ta.
Right.
Right, they can set up for
Should
construction.
you maybe put something in there about that?
We
or-
talked about that, and it was like, this, if they wanna be quiet, they
It
can.
doesn't say no work, it
Right.
just says
Quiet.
quiet time hours.
yeah.
You wanna work through the night, go ahead.
Just
Yeah.
don't make a
Well,
noise.
peeling
Well,
one
it-
shingle off at a time, I don't care.
And it is a complaint-driven ordinance.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
just language
Yep.
that, you know, if we get a guy a contractor that's out there at 3 in the morning and the guys, you know, neighbors are calling us, we have language and we can
Yep.
do something about
You
it.
need a motion?
Yes, please.
I would entertain a motion to approve the 12.3 on the.
Building code.
Yeah, the building code definition.
All right. I have a motion by Carl to approve 12.3 quiet time hours in the additional verbiage in the building code. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
I have a motion by Carl and a second by Brian. All those in favor?
Alright,
Those against? Do you want a discussion, Brian?
No, I can just, no, I understand why, and as long as,
The city has this, do you know?
I
that?
did a lot of concrete work, and I know those
Yeah,
cement trucks come at like 6 AM, and there's a lot of beeping, and,
yeah,
but you can't stop or tell county.
no,
But-
we talked about that also,
yeah.
because putting a driveway in is not part of the.
Well, if you ever build a house, you need a foundation,
Yeah.
you need more concrete.
But realistically, the neighbors are knowing you're gonna be building a house, so a little noise, I don't think a neighbor's gonna complain. It's the continuous, every day, you know, they might get a little hyper about.
Yeah, we
I
want to work
understand.
11 to 7, that's gonna be your
Yeah.
That's gonna continue.
Yeah, and, yeah. All right. Moving on, website design options to move forward or modify. So we've had a lot of discussion about our website and how it looks and what we should do about it. And we did get in contact with a place called, I think it's called Chaos Creative.
Yeah.
And she gave us two options of changing the website. The one thing that Paulette and I both thought was a really good idea was that people could go onto the website and say, I want to receive these agendas every month, or every time they're done, or I want to receive this information when it comes out. And then we don't want to have to make sure that that's done. It automatically does it. So we asked her to include that in her descriptions of what she was offering. So she did give us some quotes here. And I did talk to her on the phone today. Paulette had to be away from the office today for a while. And I hope I got all the information you have questions for us. I do also have this I'm going to hand out. This is what the maintenance would be. She just sent that this evening, so I didn't have a chance to print off a lot of copies, but that's what the maintenance package would be. This price that she's given us includes coming out here, doing all the work, and then training us. And I believe she said she'd give us 7 days, or 2 weeks. 2 weeks of coming out here whenever we need her, answering questions at no charge. And then we would have to take out some kind of a website maintenance. They have a basic package, a pro package, or an as we call, we pay.
Where's she from?
Rudolph, I believe.
Marshfield.
Marshfield, thank you. So, she also sent a couple websites that she's done. She has never done a municipal website though. She did say that today, but she said it's not any different than any other one.
Can those maintenance fees be updated or upgraded or downgraded as needed? Without a lot of hassle for your maintenance wise?
Yeah, she was very open to whatever we needed, she'd build a package for us. Or if my question was, we don't want just Paulette to do this. We want to have a few people trained, because if Paulette doesn't want to continue being the clerk, or if someone else wants to take over because she's so busy, or it would be nice that we had some people that had a lot of hands-on. And this was easy because all Paulette had to do, from what I understand, is to scan the document, scan the agenda, and download it, and it automatically goes on there. It goes in every place it needs to go onto our website. So to me, it was really nice. And then the one thing that I thought was really great is it has a search engine. So, and that's the difference between the cheap package and the second package. So you can, when somebody outside the town wants to find out what happened on 64th Street in regards to roads, they can put into the query, they can put in 64th Street, and it'll bring up all of the agendas and all of the minutes that are on 64th Street that includes that. I thought that was a really good idea, because now that saves a lot of investigation that we have to do. Now the people can do it on their own. The caveat to that is it only goes back 3 years. She can only go back 3 years. She said possibly 4, but going forward, we would accumulate more and more years to do this. So, if anybody wants me to send everything that she sent me today, as far as looking at the websites that she's made, I can do that to make a more informed decision. Or she said that we can call her on the phone right now. I told her that our meeting would probably go on.
So she's just a one person?
Yes,
So you will own this then?
yes,
So if her business goes out, you still have?
yes. And
full
she even
control?
offered to show our IT guy how it functions, so that if there were any issues, our IT guy could look at it. If for some reason we decided we didn't want her anymore for whatever.
I'm not a big IT guy, but I like easy.
I like easy.
So
I
to be
like
able to get in
easy
and-
for us and easy for the people. The one thing is that I stressed to her when I talked to her was that I want this as easy as possible for Paulette, because she's the one that has to dump everything in here, and I don't want her to have to answer everybody's questions all the time when they're calling to see what's going on and, you know, where to find everything. I want it just to be easy. And she took that right to heart.
So with this package, with that search engine thing,
Yes,
like say you wanted to, you wanna know what the fence ordinance is.
right,
You could just punch in
Fence.
fence ordinance or
Yeah.
something like that.
yeah.
And it would bring up anything dealing with fences.
So the query was for agendas and for minutes. So the ordinances will be on there in alphabetical order. So there's still like,
You
You
still have
know.
to search a little bit for it.
well, the way that she'll have it is however we design it. I mean, you know, you can have ordinances and policies and procedures and, you know, you can have all kinds of toggles, and they'd have to go into ordinances and then they'd scroll down to find the ordinance that they wanted. That's not what the query would be for. The query is primarily for the agendas and for the minutes.
Okay,
So it gets us kind of out of the loop.
okay.
It just, I think it just eases up a little bit of the pressure on our clerk. But, again, unfortunately, Paulette couldn't be there to ask the questions that only she can ask, because I'm not the clerk, but I felt in listening to her and asking the questions that I had, that she answered a lot of the questions I had. But I definitely want you guys to, look at this and see what you thought. So if it's okay, I'll forward the email that I got from her with the samples to Paulette, and then Paulette will forward them to you, and you guys can play with them and look at them and see what you think. And then you can make a more informed decision.
Who does this site now? Paulette does?
Paulette does our website, yes.
And there's sometimes I have to ask our IT for some assistance, because I don't know the ins and outs of every specific feature on there.
And this way, she'd be coming in on the ground floor, because the lady would be asking her, Christine would be asking her exactly how she wants it to work.
This is Christine?
Christine, I think that's her name. Kristen? Kristen, I'm sorry. So,
I'm local.
Marshfield, yeah. I did like that, versus the
Yeah.
other company that we were talking about, that
Mhm.
was like a long place away.
Do they do remote, like if you have a problem with it, can they remotely access on your screen? You know, where some of them come in and they'll say, okay, punch this number here, and then
Yes.
it gives them access to the site.
Oh, I'm sorry.
To-
I'm right
Yes.
there.
Okay.
She was
She
very.
has all that capability and
Yes,
stuff to
she
do.
was very hands-on, but she was very adamant that once she was done, then it was our site. I mean, she made sure that we knew that she would tell us how to do it, but she would not do it,
Okay.
because she would not give herself permission after setting it up.
She said this was the first.
This is the first municipal site that she's had, but the other sites were business sites. And as I said, I got them at about 4 o'clock today, so, I would like to have you guys look at them.
Do you remember who the other one we looked at was?
Isn't that the one where the other municipalities have them too?
Yes, Town Web, yes. They're a very large company, and they're beautiful sites. I'm not gonna lie, but, the price was just enormous. And the satisfaction level wasn't what I thought it would be. And personally, I was not impressed. I don't know, were you?
The only thing that I thought that was cool about that was the automatic updates, so, you know, how everybody's like, nobody told me, well, you could, instead of us mailing out a newsletter, they would just sign
Yeah.
up and they would get it if you posted minutes, if you posted an agenda, and it's all up to their preference what they wanna subscribe to. That was,
Sounds like this had it too.
But, yeah,
yeah, she found that, cause that was a
Okay.
feature that we thought was cool versus us
Yeah.
having to go through and put together a newsletter and send it out to everybody that's on
and
the
she
list.
can put it in there.
Yes. And that's another thing, how much did we just pay for this newsletter that we just had made out for Firewise? It was 3,000?
Well, the postage itself was,
Yeah.
18?
Yeah, so it
18
was,
or 18?
yeah, it was like $3,000 with the postage and the making of the newsletter. And this is here, I mean, they can go on and they can see everything day to day,
So this is a one-time fee
yes.
until you get your maintenance.
And if we want maintenance packages, we don't have to have a maintenance package, we can pay per time that we call, should we need something,
And what's that an hour?
Don't know.
I don't know. She said,
Sorry. Here's the rest of it.
but I'd really like to send you the information I got, and maybe at the next meeting, you guys can make a decision.
Okay.
And just letting you know I won't be here at the next meeting.
What brought this up, can I ask?
We had a lot of complaints about the usability of our website.
We have a search engine on our website as well,
but it will not
but
search.
I have yet to come up with anything that
Yes, yeah, our website's kind of
that I've tried to
clumsy,
search for.
yeah. And that's the complaint we get, it's just very clumsy.
I've been on it enough, you can find what you're looking for, but you have to know where to look for it and where it's
Right,
hidden. And,
Right.
I was just searching other municipalities just now, and most of them are townwide. And they do look really good.
They do.
But what's the price?
I
They-
can't
they-
find anything on their sites.
And I can find everything that I need on their sites, I mean, I think they're very user-friendly on town
Did we have a
web.
quote on them? On that
Yes,
web?
it was about 3 times as much, is that right?
Just so I thought,
Yeah.
I thought that we had
Yeah,
got pricing at one time.
yeah, she said yeah. And she did give us $1,000 discount, friends and family, I'm not sure,
Yeah, who's she? I was gonna
Yeah.
ask who she was.
I
friends
do
with.
not know.
We're all family.
Yeah,
And
and
I
maybe
did
it's just
see-
because we're local.
Yeah, that tax is on there, so that would come off.
Oh, yeah, and the sales
Right,
tax would come
yeah.
off, so it'd be 4,000.
So we should table this until the next meeting?
I would table it until the next meeting to do research, if I could have a motion to do that.
Make a motion to table the website design options until the next meeting after we look at.
Oh, wait. Oh, we weren't, oh, yeah.
You good with that?
Yeah.
And I will forward everything to you guys then. I need, so I have a motion by Josh and
I'll second that.
a second by Carl to, table this until the next meeting so that we can all be as informed as absolutely possible, including Paulette. Maybe you'll have a chance to have a one-on-one with her.
Yeah, nope, that would be good.
And, all those in favor?
Alright,
Okay. So it be done. Billy Joel, you okay?
Yep, thank you.
All right. Amend the 2024 budget to move funds from general government to economic development. So in economic development, we had $40,000 to begin with. We gave $35,000 to Wakely. That leaves $5,000, but under economic development happens to be the zoning department, which means that we need money to pay our zoning. So if Josh wants to get paid, you better move it.
Lorelei wants to get paid.
Yeah, and Lorelei too, yeah. So, the amount we wanna move, I wrote it down.
It says 7,000.
Is
Transfer.
7,000, yeah. So that should take up the slack of what we need to pay for the zoning department. That's for wages for,
To finish this year.
yeah. We only had 5,000 in there, so we need more. Yeah, that'll finish the year. And then there should be some left. Not much, but I wanted a little leeway there, just in case.
I don't see a problem with it. If it needs to be done, it needs to be done.
Yeah.
I'll entertain a motion to approve the resolution number 2024-21.
Okay, I have a motion by Carl. Do I have a second?
Well, since you benefit, I better second it.
And I have a second by Brian to transfer money from the general government to economic development in the amount of $7,000. All those in favor?
I
Those against? Okay.
do it for you.
Jesus,
I
absent.
appreciate that, that's why I second it.
You're gonna fill all that in?
We just have to,
I just got to sign it, right?
yep, and the rest I can.
All right.
Let's see. Here.
And then the last thing is to pay the town bills. Everybody's seen the bills, got any questions? So I just have questions. The 2% fire dues, they all get paid at the same time? Okay, that was my question. Anybody else have any questions?
I'll make a motion to pay bills.
I'll second it.
I have a motion by Josh and a second by Carl to pay bills. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? Okay, pay the bills.
We got number 14, was it, or what?
Yep. Yep, we'll get back there.
Road.
What number was that?
It was number,
Good job.
it was operator license, number 12.
But they didn't want me to-
So we have an operator license request,
Was that
and
56?
I had Brian look at it because of the numerous violations.
Mhm.
And being that Brian is a police officer, I would like your opinion. And you've seen the letter from,
I did see the
Our
letter,
attorney? Okay.
and, I guess, also that Rapids was okay with it, and did it earlier this, month and a half ago, month ago. And given the time frame of the last, and given the ages at that time, I would vote for approving of the license.
Is that a motion?
sure,
Sure, I'll, make a motion to approve operator license
okay,
for this
individual?
individual for the store gas station. Joseph, I don't know if I need to say it. Joseph.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion by Brian and a second by Josh to approve the operator license request. All those in favor? Those against? Motion passes. Okay, items for a future meeting. So what I have right now is discussion of the trailer going on the next agenda.
The open of asphalt spot repair bids,
Asphalt spot repair bids.
cause Doug's gonna talk to B&B.
Yep. All right,
But that one's technically at the budget one, on the
Yeah.
fifth, correct?
Oh,
well,
yeah.
at the budget one, we'll do the road forecasting, brush cutting.
We're gonna
And,
do all that?
well, that, yeah,
Yeah, we should.
probably, because
We
we gotta
should.
tell the people what we're planning on doing. And then we'll do the asphalt.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, anybody else have anything you wanna go on a future meeting?
Well, the website thing.
Oh, the website thing? Yeah.
Website thing?
Website thing.
We know what you
Real
mean.
technical.
Yeah, that's okay, we got it. Anything else? Anybody think of anything else?
See, I don't know, if this fills in that spot, but County Line Road and Bell Road, it's basically a UTV track.
Common line.
Yeah,
No,
Yeah,
county
east-
line.
Yeah,
County line.
County line road.
County Road, east and
Well,
west
Adams
of
Avenue.
King.
Adams Ave, yeah.
Yeah,
oh, okay,
and, you know, sometimes you spend an hour grading it on one side and
Yeah.
half hour on the other side to the west. But when I go there tomorrow, I'll probably put 2 hours into that. Every T intersection, it says, there's a light says go, and that light says go faster, and they're just doing donuts. Some of them ruts are 6 inches deep. So I don't know if there's a way to police that,
oh, yeah,
because it's just a maintenance nightmare.
Would that be with DNR?
I'll let my,
yeah,
UTV patrol sergeant aware of this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's 2 spots for the sand, one on Bell, the one to the east of the intersection of Tower, or County Line and Bell. And I took the loader and pushed that up, so the activity is what, and what before it was just constant tearing it up, so now it's not, it's more of a challenge. So the one spot on Bell to the north is not as bad, but the one on County Line east of Bell is starting to be, well, hold my beer, one of those moments, you know. So,
yeah, it would be good if they policed it. You know, I keep saying, I know it's not our club, but
yeah,
I know our club is old, I mean, our members are pretty elderly, and they're not the kind of rip snorting teenagers. They just wanna go on a nice Sunday cruise,
sure.
most of our members, at least the
Yeah.
ones that attend the meetings. But we do know that there are a lot of people out there, I mean, I have neighbors like that. And it's unfortunate because it does give UTV riders and, you know,
Yeah,
ATV riders bad name, but if you can catch them, you know, turn them in.
Yeah, that's the thing.
We would like it.
Weekends, they're probably hanging around there, because we'll do it on, say, a Monday, and you come back the following Monday, and it's just ripped to shit.
Sure.
So why do it on a Friday, if we don't have to tore up anyway,
Yeah.
so. Now we got my truck fixed, I'll go down there tomorrow and straighten it out.
Well, and there's a lot of people that live out there too, I mean, they're getting their land
There's a lot
tore
of
up.
houses, yeah, a lot of people, you know,
Yeah, they
use
don't
that
like
road
that either.
for access, yeah,
Yeah, good to know, but
so.
Brian will put it on his radar,
Just did.
thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks,
for
guys,
letting us
good
know.
job. See ya.
Thanks, Tom.
Okay, anything else for a future agenda? Anybody? Billy Joe, new chair?
I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, let's set the date for next meeting, is
September 18th.
September 18th. And again, Chase is gonna chair it, I won't be here.
You'll be here for the September 5th?
Yes. I won't be here for the plan commission either, but Chase will sit in as the chair from the town board, not as a zoning administrator. I will have a packet, everything ready for you. And unfortunately, I won't even be able to talk to you by phone. I'll just be gone.
You'll be in a pub, you'll be in a pub somewhere.
I'll be in a pub or either in pub or in church. One of the two. All right,
If you need another representative, I could do that too.
okay. Sounds good.
I might just show up as a concerned citizen.
Okay, let's, do the audit. Do what we gotta do.
Well, do we normally record the audit?
We haven't, I think, just because
No, I
it's
think
kind of a dull and dry.
I do wanna say that we got a thank you, from Scott's Construction,
This is still a part of your series, too.
telling us that our business was appreciated and asking us if we have any, concerns they wanna know. So, does anybody have anything that they want to say about Scott's? Otherwise, I'll just send back the card and say thank you, and we feel that the service was good.
Are they
Chase-
going to
Chase the
be
Duma.
at
Yeah,
the
okay.
Towns Association?
They always are, they're one of the sponsors.
Okay.
Chase
Are they
the
gonna
Duma
have
rather
like
than
a
a-
resting room?
He could work a little harder.
Yeah, he could work.
Yeah, they usually do.
My back gets sore sometimes.
Good to know. All right,